Hey, what's up everybody? Steve with the Penguin Outdoors YouTube channel. Here to tell you today to tell you about my next project. This is what I have affectionately known for a very long time as the SS Shitbox. This is a 10-foot Sundolphin kayak. It's older than Keira. This thing has been all over the place with me. This has been on the Atlantic Ocean, it's been in the Delaware Water Gap, it's been on the Great Lakes, it's been on the Gulf. It has just been all over the place. It is beat to hell. I mean, let's be honest, this was a cheap piece of junk kayak when it was brand new. I mean, these are just not great kayaks. They track horribly, they're unstable, they're a rite of passage. If we're going to be quite honest, as a kayak fisherman, I think they're a rite of passage. So obviously I've moved on. I'm a Hobie man now. I don't ever want to sit in this on the water again. I don't ever want to remember what it feels like. But Keira has outgrown the SSK dog. So it's time for her to step up. And instead of buying something brand new, and then having her, because everybody's different with what they like and what they don't like, rather than buying something now that costs more money, and then kind of figuring out it's not what she wants, we're going to start her in this. But I'm a good dad, so I ain't handing it to her like this. So let's do a quick walk around of the kayak so I can show you what state it's in, and then kind of discuss our plans for the future and how we're going to get there. But first, let's take a quick break for the intro. Hit it.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Alright, so let's do a walk around of this thing. Don't mind my my garage is a disaster. I just got doing some transmission work on the Charger. So anyway, like I said, this thing's pretty beat up. So like on the front, the drain plug is just like missing. Don't even know what happened to that. Surprisingly, the bungees are in good shape. Like all of them. Rod holder's been missing for forever and a day, but I have some. This hatch is not dry storage. It's supposed to be. It hasn't been dry storage since the day this thing was brand new. So we're gonna have to work on that. Or accept that it's not gonna be dry. This ripped out. The adjustable footrests. I'm 6'1", and this was never big enough, so those have been gone for forever. Don't have those. These don't come with a bottom seat, so we're gonna upgrade the seat. I never did, but I want my kid to be a little more comfortable than I was. And as you can see, this thing's pretty faded out. Can't believe it's still in one piece. The rod holders have both been ripped out before, as you can see, so they need to come out and be redone, possibly replaced. We'll see. 2 of these are just missing. These pipes are from Kayak Crate because the crate won't fit inside. These come with a dry storage hatch that drops in, and the bungees held it in place. It was never dry, it was never convenient, and I threw it away. And I put these on so that the Kayak Crate could sit on top of there. So those are going to come off. There's no need for those anymore. And hey, look, there's a back drain plug at least. And if you can't tell, it's had like 4 different paint jobs. About to get another one. Homemade anchor trolley that's been stretched out for like forever that she won't need, so that's coming off. So I'm gonna have to get the anchor trolley off, do a bunch of plastic welding. It's gonna be a lot. So now we've seen a walk around of the kayak, kind of have an idea what we're dealing with. Luckily, there are no cracks or leaks or anything in the hull. So that's a huge step forward. There is going to be there's plastic welding I'm going to have to do, especially on like the rod holders. Like they're going to have to come out, and I'm going to have to plastic weld and repair this entire area underneath of them for where they've been ripped out and stuff to give myself a new foundation to work with. I'm going to have to plastic weld where I take the anchor trolley out. I'm going to have to plastic weld where these bars come out. I'm going to have to get some more of these. Actually, I think I already have some in my kayak parts tote. So I can put that there and get a new bungee on here for if she does put stuff in the back. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this project down into different videos that cover different aspects of the restoration. So the first video, well, I guess this is the first video. The next video I'm going to do, I'm going to strip everything off of it, all these bungees, the rod holders, the seat, these pieces of junk. I mean, all this stuff has to come off. And it's not for the first time because it's had many paint jobs. I'm going to get all that stuff off of there. I'm going to power wash it, get it all nice and clean. And then I'm going to plastic weld the areas that need to be repaired. Get all the repairs like that done. And then sand it down and give it a new paint job. So for this project, Keira really likes her blue. Her favorite color is teal, just like mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm using Krylon. I have used Krylon every single time I've painted this thing. It has never once let me down. Excuse me. So the paint job we're going to do is we're going to do the teal. But on the front, pretty much probably from like right about where the cockpit area ends forward, I'm going to do in bright white. I thought about doing orange, but I think the white will just stand out better on the water. The idea is to give a section of the boat in the front that's just a real bright, obvious, sun-reflective color. It's going to look good, but it's for safety at the end of the day. So what I'll do is I'll use tape to put a nice harsh line on here, and I'll get this bright white. And then the rest of it I'm going to do in the teal like she wants. And then I'm going to put clear coat over it to protect the paint against dents and or not dents, but against like scratches and dings, but mostly for UV protection. Once it's nice and painted, I'm going to start putting stuff back together and kind of configure it the way we want. So like on the front here where these bungees are, I may or may not leave them. I haven't entirely decided. I always liked them because you can easily slip the paddle into it. So I think they might be nice for her. This bungee will stay because that's good for water bottles. I'm going to try and get this dry storage to finally not leak. Hopes are not high on that one. It's always leaked from day one. I'll end up filling in these screws where the footrest used to go. Plastic welding them since we won't be using a footrest. I have an upgraded seat we're going to put in here. And these two rod holders will be repaired and go back in. The rod holder up front will be functional. And that's pretty much it. We're not doing anything too fancy or special. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So what this will be is just a series of videos to show you how you can take an old beat up kayak like this and give it new life. Now you might think, why bother putting in the time and effort to restore a shitty kayak? Well, it's for my kid. I mean, that's the big reason. It's shitty for me and like my needs. Like, don't get me wrong. I've caught a lot of fish in this kayak. Some that this kayak was never designed to go after. I've had a good time and a lot of miles and made a lot of really great memories right here in this very wet, uncomfortable seat. So I'm not begrudging Sundolphin, okay? They have their place. So this kayak isn't for me, but this is perfect for a kid who's stepping up from a kid's kayak to an adult kayak. This is an absolutely wonderful option. There is no reason not to restore this kayak. I could go spend, here's a funny thing about inflation. Keira's 10 years old, which means this kayak's about 12, maybe 14 years old. And so when I bought it, brand new from Dick's, I want to say I paid $249, $229. It was under $300, and it was somewhere in the like $225 to $250 range before tax. The new version they have of this kayak right now is selling for like $399, which is both because of like materials and just both because kayaks are of this nature are like way more popular than they used to be. So yeah. So that's the plan, guys. So come along for the ride, and we're gonna make Keira a new kayak. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. So stay tuned for the next video, and we're gonna get into it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Well, we hoped you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more great videos from the Penguin Outdoors YouTube channel, don't forget to click subscribe. And while you're at it, hit that little bell so you get notified when new content is available. Please leave us a comment down below and let us know what you thought. And don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.